Welcome to Venusian Soul Tarot. Today I'm back with a timeless pick a card reading, and it's going to be why your ancestors are proud of you. So I want you to cast your gaze over the cards and ask your higher self which card has a message for you. We have group number 1, group 2, group 3, and group 4. If you need to pause the video to meditate further, please do so. But for those of you who are ready, let's get started. Hi group 1. I'm hearing for this group, I know this is number 4 with paradigm shift, but I keep seeing the number 1. And it's like, I'm getting this energy of going your own way. For some of you with this hermit card as well, like you've had to forge your own path. Or for some of you, you left behind, what would I say? Like other people's conditions, traps, limiting beliefs. Some of you have overcome like societal norms. Or, for example, this could show up as defying like certain family expectations, specifically for this group around your life purpose, your career, or your lifestyle, how you want to live. For some of you, you could have defied, for example, gender norms of what, of what's expected of you, or you could be defying, for example, capitalism, materialism, what society says you need to do, be, or have to be happy, and followed your own path, your independence, and your willingness to walk alone with, well, you're not alone, you're walking with God, with your ancestors, with spirit, but you may have had to kind of walk away or walk a solitary path for a period of time to follow your fate, to follow your calling. For this group, you're definitely psychic as well. So for some of you, you've actually inherited psychic ability from your ancestors. For this group, I'm definitely getting the energy of high priest or high priestess with this Lapis Lazuli. And some of you have a connection to ancient Egypt. Or some of you have, for example, you could have ancestors from either ancient Egypt, Atlantis. For this group, you're very ancient souls. And you came in with a very clear mission as well as what I'm hearing. And that's part of, some of you are definitely healers, or you could be a healer, a witch. You could have a talent that's outside the norm of societal beliefs or constructs. So it may have been difficult to kind of pursue this passion, or you may have been met with opposition. With the Page of Swords, I'm seeing someone like dodging all these swords coming at you, and the swords are representing to me like other people's beliefs or thoughts or ideas or what they're trying to throw at you. And it's like, no, like I'm not going to be bound by that. I just feel like nothing. And now I'm hearing that song, I get knocked down, but I get up again. No one's ever going to keep me down. Yeah, you can see things that are impossible to people who are logical, right? Like you can see the invisible realms, you can see the higher realms. For some of you, this is part of your calling. You're a really gifted psychic, healer, spiritualist, manifester, witch. Like you're very gifted in the occult specifically. And with the Hermit, it's like I'm seeing this person protecting their ancient wisdom and knowledge and having to kind of walk alone, or even I just heard walk in secret for a period of time from, to protect it from either other people's prying eyes or people that don't really understand you or what you're doing or spirituality in general. For some of you, you could have grown up in a family dynamic where they didn't have to necessarily be religious, but for some of you, you could have grown up, had a very religious upbringing where some of the things that you're passionate about or interested in are taboo, or some of your lifestyle goals just didn't match. But for others of you, you could have grown up in a family that just were very different in their belief system. They didn't see the world in the same way. They may not have had any idea what you were doing, but it's like the whole time you were following this golden trail that you felt in your heart, but you could see it psychically, intuitively. And with the Nine of Cups and the Empress, I'm also hearing like rags to riches. I'm getting like Cinderella type energy or story. And it's like and again, if you're not here yet, that's where you're heading. And I feel like your ancestors are proud of you for continuing on. Maybe when there were only little breadcrumbs on your trail, there may not have been a lot of abundance or blessings or bounty, a lot of support from other people when you were navigating this path. And it's like, even with such little support or validation, you really continued, you kept trusting yourself, right? For this group, you're very powerful. I'm getting like power, like powerhouse energy. And with paradigm shift, it makes me think of, I keep seeing this visual of someone stuck in these boxes and people or society trying to put you in a box, and you just keep like, you know, breaking your way out and charging ahead. You faced a lot of opposition for this group. It's like now you're reaching the sweet spot or the flow state, but it's like there were a lot, you had to really be in this warrior or like go-getter energy where you just had to keep pushing, keep moving ahead, you know, overcome limiting beliefs. Some of you as well, because, you know, you may have had people or societal beliefs around you that were very limiting or negative. It could have been a little bit of a challenge to let go of them so that you could fully follow, not only follow your path, but really achieve results and success on this path. Because obviously if we have a lot of negative beliefs, it can act as a barrier. So I feel for many of you, it's like you've overcome many karmic cycles as well with this Ten of Swords. And there could have been people that, I feel for this group, you are innately confident, and it's like divine confidence. It comes from the soul, but you could have been around people who were trying to cut you down or keep you small, right? Like to have you on a path that was similar to them, or to not, you know, like I'm seeing a glass ceiling, like they were setting a glass ceiling for you, or, you know, maybe they were worried for you as well. Maybe they just didn't think this was possible, or what, for some of you are going to attain a level of success, abundance, status that kind of if you haven't already, that really blows people's minds, or they didn't think it was possible, right? Because in their experience, it's not. In their lived reality, that wasn't plausible. And it's like, you're kind of changing the narrative for other people as well, because now they're thinking, hang on a minute, maybe, you know, maybe I could have done that, or maybe you can live that way and have success, or maybe happiness looks a lot different than what I thought. Because for this group, I feel like your happiness really comes from the soul, right? It comes from living and doing and aligning in a way that's authentic to you. I also think I kept seeing the number 1, and I was hearing leader or boss energy. For some of you, like, this group specifically are very well suited to being entrepreneurs, creatives. Like you could like be a freelancer or have freedom of schedule. There's something here where I feel as though, and with the Hermit, like some of you do really well working alone or leading others. Like you just have that power, that motivation about you. So for some of you, you may find it quite difficult working for other people. Very strong leadership energy here. And with the Empress, like your ancestors are so proud of you for using your manifestation abilities, for learning your craft, because for some of you, you do have very pronounced spiritual gifts. And I feel for some of you, it comes from an ancient lineage, and they're proud of you for actually, you know, you acknowledging that, utilizing it. For some of you, you do acknowledge as well and work with your ancestors, and they're proud of you for, you know, thinking of them, showing gratitude, because for some of you this hasn't been an easy journey. And for some, like with Ace of Coins and Nine of Wands, this to me is like not a lot of support. Specifically, it could be financially as well. There were financial struggles, but all you had was your passion and your faith, and it's going to lead you, if it hasn't already, to a beautiful outcome and a lot of success. You have Cosmic Heart Source, source of all, true home, just be, heart connection. Yeah, it was your heart connection, your connection to the divine that kind of led you along this path and kept you moving. And that's what people weren't recognizing, is they weren't seeing. It's almost like you were following the thread, right? This golden trail. You were on path, but people can't see the path, right? They can't see the invisible or the unknown to the degree that you can. So it's almost like to them, you're like just, you know, wandering into thin air, or they had no idea what you're doing. Like it may have seemed a little messy or chaotic, but all that time you were really following your intuitive nudges, and you were fully aligned with the divine. Yeah, flow. Release, control, divine will, oceanic consciousness. I just heard you know how to roll with the punches. You know, if one door closes, you know how to shift your energy, shift your focus, and move in a new direction. When I say you don't take no for an answer, I'm not saying, you know how some people hold on to things that aren't aligned. That's not what I'm referring to, but it's like, you won't take no for an answer when it comes to things that truly are aligned with you spiritually. things that really light you up at a heart level, things that feel fulfilling and rewarding for you. It's like now it's like, like water, right? You can always, find a new method, or if it's not working this way, you try this. Like, you're very flexible with paradigm shift. Part of what's going to bring you such abundance and success in your lifetime is you can always shift your thought pattern, your perceptions, your beliefs, your ideas, and then pivot. And that ability to pivot, or I just heard to get out of dodge. Some of you use your psychic ability to preempt some of the moves of other people, the intentions of other people. This group, you're super psychic. Even if you don't work as a psychic, you will use your psychic abilities in business and creative endeavors. And it's like you've got your finger on the pulse as well, in terms of, okay, this is going to take off, or this is going to be successful. You just have a knowing. And I just heard it's worth its weight in gold. You also have a level of spiritual and intuitive and psychic ability where you haven't fully forgotten who you are or why you incarnated. And I do feel like that's helping you, or has helped you in this process as well. Because you have here, I remember, soul plan, the fated life versus the destiny life. You know how some people feel like, oh, well, like life just happened to me. I ended up in this relationship, or I ended up in this job. It's like they're not truly living and forging their own path. I'm getting like the hero's journey, but it's also making me think of The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. So there is an energy here of you creating your own life, you creating your own path, you forging your own path. And again, that doesn't mean you're not, you can't surrender to the divine, and you don't also listen to divine guidance and your divine knowing. But there's just this sense of like still being very true to your path and your heart's calling, even if there isn't physical evidence or support in the physical that would encourage you to keep going. And look, this card perfectly sums it up. Forge, don't follow. Pave a new path, be the leader you wish you had. Yeah, for some of you, you're definitely creatives. You're an original, right? Your ancestors are proud of you because you had the courage to be yourself, to live your authentic life. And there's something you're forging or creating in the world that's it's so authentic to you, but it opens up energetic pathways for other people. Some of you are pioneers, or you're going to, or have created like businesses or ideas or projects, or even like spiritual gifts and healing methods and abilities that haven't been done before, or there's something about the way you communicate or express things that are very outside the box, and they help to expand the minds of other people. For some of you, you're definitely a truth teller as well. You can see straight through people and situations, and you also know what to say to help guide others onto their true path, or help to align others with their soul, with their essence. Also confidence. I feel for this group, you're very, very, very confident, and anyone that's tried to take digs at you or steer you off track, I just feel like it doesn't work. Like self-doubt just hasn't taken kind of form in your mind. You have shadow mirror, deep healing, understanding seer. Some of you have had to do a lot of shadow work, maybe from other people's projections or family belief systems, societal, collective conditioning. I feel like you've let go of that. But again, with seer, you're so psychic. And I feel like your ancestors are very proud of your spiritual gifts. Again, because for some of you, you come from a lineage of either psychics, intuitives, just those who are very spiritually gifted. You're also potentially helping, for some of you, your purpose and your path involves helping people see and recognize the unseen, right? Helping to lift the veil for other people. And you also have Heal the Healer, Soul's Truth, Atlantis, Emerald Tablet. So we have a connection to ancient Atlantis. There's so many synchronicities in these cards. A connection to ancient Atlantis and ancient Egypt. And Thoth, maybe, you may work with Thoth, or you have a connection. I just heard Isis as well, but ancient, gods and goddesses of Egypt. But you may want to read the Emerald Tablets as well. When I think of emerald, it's bringing me back to that heart chakra as well. I feel like your ancestors are proud of you, again, for following your heart. And it's like, I'm looking at this bee and it's making me think of, well, the land of milk and honey, but also it's like you bring that honey to others. You help to open the door to, paradise, the kingdom of heaven. the divine within themselves. But it's like you had to take this journey first deeply within yourself. And I do feel for some of you, you have had to come up against a lot of darkness, fears, negativity, doubt, self-doubt, but it's self-doubt, like not self-doubt, it's doubt of others, right? That you've, or society that you've absorbed unconsciously. And then you've transmuted this energy, which has become your divine confidence. Because I feel like for this group, even at a young age, you may have been kind of, I don't know, like very passionate or very, some of you could be fire signs. We also have Taurus and Libra here, but I just get this really bold, original energy. So you could have been a go-getter, or you could have had that energy as a child where you were very free-spirited, passionate, confident, and like you've absorbed some energies from outside of you, but I feel like that's your innate core. Yeah, you have happiness with the Nine of Cups. I feel for some of you as well, you're redefining what happiness is. Happiness comes from within, right? It's your natural state of being. It emanates from the soul and from your alignment with source. So for some of you, you may work on healing the collective consciousness, or you may promote things or produce something or write something, for example, that helps people understand or reassess. Like I keep hearing like capitalism, or what people believe they need to be happy, right? Their definition of happiness, success. It's like happiness and success comes from living an aligned life. And that can also involve an abundant life, but there's a sense of non-attachment to things outside of you, right? Because you're fully anchored in the soul. What did I say about you being able to see through things? Like that's what I feel like you can see through people with wisdom. And with this Empress as well, we have prayer. Some of you have a really solid spiritual practice like meditation, prayer, manifestation techniques, but it's like you can see the invisible and you help awaken other people. I just saw 1616. So repeating sevens could be important, but you help awaken other people to who they really are, but also the higher realms, the spirit realms. So that's all I have for you. I hope this reading resonates, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Hi group 2. I just heard your ancestors are proud of you because you've been trusting the signs and the omens they've been sending you, but also I'm hearing you're in complete and perfect alignment with 11, 11, 11. You're fully in alignment with your divine path and your divine truth. For some of you as well, I'm hearing your ancestors are proud of you for cutting out either a karmic relationship or connection, or it could be multiple with justice. But I feel like for this group, you have cut out or released karmic people, situations, any type of toxicity. I feel like you've let go of. Like you've really taken the steps necessary to be in this energy, or this is the energy you're going into. For those of you who are in with Four of Wands, who are in a divine union where it is really aligned, very high vibrational connection, your ancestors are proud of you for going from this to this, because it has a lot to do with your alignment and your healing. For others of you, this may be what you're going toward. But with Six of Wands and Four of Wands, again, I'm hearing success on all levels, but also balance with this Justice card. I'm feeling this sense of, for some of you, you could have had a connection where, again, it could have been very toxic or draining, or even like a little codependent, because with Nine of Pentacles, I feel this energy that you've really worked on your independence, your sense of self, your confidence, and you're not allowing people or situations to throw you off kilter. And it's like your gut instinct, your knowing is really profound right now. Like you know immediately whether someone is aligned for you, whether they serve your highest good, whether you want to keep this person in your life. Like there's just this knowing of, yes, very strong boundaries as well. So your ancestors are proud of you for also putting yourself first. With Four of Swords and Page of Wands, it's making me think like you may have put effort toward self-care, getting plenty of rest for yourself, not taking on, I just heard, other people's burdens. You could also resonate as being someone who is an empath or has a lot of empathy for others. But in the past, you could have had a connection or connections that played on that. I also am hearing you're being a lot more gentle with yourself. And if you had a tendency towards self-criticism, I feel like you've really healed that as well. Yeah, you've restored your relationship with yourself, and that's what's that's what is or is going to be reflected in your external connections. because I feel like this group has done a lot of healing, but they're saying it wasn't, yes, it was healing, but it was more so letting go, because I feel like there was someone or certain things in your life, like toxic thought patterns, toxic connections, that was throwing off your energy field. Like I'm feeling like it wasn't actually you, or it wasn't actually your energy that was doing that. And it's like, as you remove that, it's almost like, you know, when you're in a environment that's toxic, or, you know, we could see it as like, metaphorically speaking, poison, right? You remove that, you heal, right? You're no longer sick. That's what they're making me feel like. Energetically, that was the effect it was having on you. Again, for this group, you're also very sensitive, and I feel like you're really appreciating your sensitivity and understanding what really matters. You're prioritizing, again, yes, yourself, but the things that actually hold value for you, right? Like in the past, you could have prioritized what other people wanted or what they thought, or, you know, you could have lived in a way that was more other centered or focused. And now it's like coming back to self. Things are very clear for you. Yeah, like for some of you, you may have very clear goals and very clear, there's a level of clarity that you have now that you may have not had previously. But I also think it's coming from peace of mind, because I'm getting this sense of meditation, relaxing, letting go of this energy, and then your mind starts to still. So you could have in the past had issues with overthinking, or just like your mind would bombard you with different thoughts and ideas and it was overwhelming. Whereas now I feel as though, you know, you've been able to balance out some of these energies. And it's funny, I keep seeing these repeating fours. So you may see, and you may get a lot of number synchronicities, and this is your ancestors communicating with you. So 1111, 44, 444, and we have 66 here as well. Yeah, if in the past as well, like I just heard erratic. So you could have been like very busy or very overwhelmed, or there was just too much going on, or energies that were a little harsh for you that was throwing you again out of kilter. And I feel like now it's like you've developed a level of patience with yourself, or you've learned to kind of slow down, take your time, take it one step at a time, not get, you know, too far ahead of yourself or put pressure on yourself to be further ahead. There's just, I keep hearing balance for you. Your energy feels really, really balanced and harmonious and peaceful. And it's going to, if it's not already, it is going to be reflected in all areas of your life, because I feel like everything is coming into alignment for you. Connections, you know, it could be like finances, career, success. You also have here guidance, inner compass, support, trust your guidance. With the Six of Cups, again, I do feel your ancestors were guiding you to let go of. It could be a person for some of you with the Seven of Swords and Six of Cups. It could have been a karmic connection, or it could be multiple as well. And it's like really coming into, I just heard your frequency. I feel you've also mastered how to handle your energy, right? Your unique sensitivities, or your proclivities, things that feel aligned for self. And it's like you've also, some of you may be doing some sort of energetic protection, because I keep hearing you're an empath and you're an energetic sponge. And the things you watch, you listen to, you consume, the people you're around has, you know, our external environment can always affect us, but with you, it's, you know, amplified. I feel like you really take on energy. And it could have been in the past that you were mistaking other people's energy or vibration as your own, but it didn't belong to you. And it's like now you're really clear in terms of what you want, what belongs to you, what feels aligned to you versus other people's stuff. You also may have struggled like with this toxic connection or connections. You could have had people that were trying to like either gaslight, or it doesn't have to be that extreme. They could have been trying to like flip the script on you, like turning tables, where it's like it always comes back to you, but it had nothing to do with you. And that could have been causing chaos or confusion in your energy field. Whereas now you're so strong and clear in yourself, it just wouldn't work. Yeah, look, Phoenix energy. Some of you, I feel like you went through a very difficult karmic or toxic connection. radical purification, violet flame, surrendering, resurrection. So your ancestors are so proud of you for, number one, healing your heart space. And look at that gold energy radiating, for coming back from something that was very difficult and was very challenging. You really have transformed, I feel, once you let go of or once you healed from this person or karmic situation. You also have perspective. None of this matters. Zoom out, common ground. Yeah, it's like you have clarity, or you're just very discerning in terms of, okay, this enhances my life, this works for me, and this doesn't, or this person isn't aligned. And you're just able to kind of let it go and not hold on to things. For some of you as well, I'm hearing you've shortened your to-do list. You could have literally been feeling overwhelmed, and that was throwing off your energy or leading to overthinking. And it's like now you could have simplified your life or your lifestyle, or you're taking more time out for relaxation, for rest, for meditation, and that, or I just heard being in nature, and that's helped to ground your energy because you have beneath that earth pulsing. Pulse of the mother, slow down time in nature with 9 of Pentacles. I do feel for this group, you are very abundant, or you're at least moving in that direction. With the 9 of Pentacles and 6 of Wands, I am getting a lot of success and abundance, but you could have also learned the importance of balancing, work-life balance, right? Balancing career and financial matters with kind of introspection, peace, harmony. With Pulse of the Mother as well, you may have had to really nurture yourself or be a nurturing force in your own life, especially healing from this karmic situation or connection. But I'm getting that sense of being, again, softer with yourself, being kind, being gentle, even listening to yourself. You could have had a tendency to listen to others over self, whereas now you're in this vibration of really, listening to your inner voice, knowing what feels right for you. I just keep hearing clarity. For some of you, you may have a divine, with Page of Wands, you could have had an epiphany or a download that leads you to a lot of success, right? Whether this is in the realm of career, connection. I feel like your ancestors really send a lot of signs, synchronicities, and messages to you to help you on your journey. You're very spiritually protected as well. But it's like, even with that spiritual protection, we still are responsible for moving with that energy. We still get to choose whether we're going to, act on our intuition, or whether we're going to listen to the guidance from the divine, or whether we're going to allow, other people and the noise of what they think or what they want to kind of cloud it. You also have Crystal Dragon, sound and color, new healing modalities, rainbow ray, solfeggio frequencies. With this as well, again, sitting above the Four of Swords, some of you may have found a healing modality or a spiritual practice that really changed your life. For some of you, it could be literally listening to subliminals, energetic frequencies, with solfeggio frequencies. It could be activations, light language. Some of you may have found a healing modality or a practice that is so cathartic that has played a role in this transformation. And we have, it's funny, you had Justice with the Sword of Truth, and then you have the Sword of Truth, Freedom, Warrior of Light, stop holding yourself back with the Page of Wands. Yeah, your ancestors are also asking you, if you're not already, to act on your ideas, to act on your inspiration. But again, you set yourself free, right? No one can keep us bound if we kind of open that gate, if we choose healing, if we choose to ascend. So I feel for some of you, you've definitely healed or set yourself free from karma, to be honest, or a karmic relationship or situation and pattern that really tested you. And it's like now, the doors are open for you. There's new pathways, there's new opportunities, there's new energy that you can step into because you were open to trusting the divine. You were open as well, I heard, to the unknown. Yeah, and look at this simplicity. I'm hearing you're light as a feather. Energetically, you've found either a method of healing or meditation or just a letting go process where you've literally let go of all the energetic influences that were burdening you. You could have changed your lifestyle as well. You could have simplified your lifestyle or how you're spending your time and energy. I just think things are a lot calmer, and there's just this clarity, this peace, this serenity. Your energy is very smooth, harmonious. And it's like this energy that you're or this vibration you're in energetically is having a ripple effect in every area of your life, including, for example, relationships, work, career, finances. It's like everything has come into this harmonious balance for you. And I feel like your ancestors are so proud, because at one point things could have been very chaotic or toxic or messy in your life, or you felt chaotic in your mind because of that situation. Yeah, look, you have thriving. It's going from like struggling to flourishing, especially with a thriving sitting above the Four of Wands, just coming into complete alignment. And it's like every area of your life is going to feel like it's been touched or blessed by the divine. Again, I mentioned omens, right, from your ancestors. So we have repeating numbers here, feathers, even animals. Phoenix symbology could be quite powerful for you as well. Also, we have unicorns and dragons, but I just feel in general, it's like you've allowed spirit to guide and lead you and your ancestors, and you've followed and taken heed of those lessons and that guidance. You're someone, and your energy is really free flowing. Like you've really mastered the divine feminine, the ability to be in divine flow, to trust, to take action, inspired action when needed, but also to balance it with rest and really just knowing when to act. That's your gift, I feel. So that's all I have for you. I hope this reading resonates, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Hi, group 3. I feel like your ancestors are proud of you because you've really built up your self-worth. Like you see yourself in a very high light, and you know you are worthy of receiving good for yourself, right? You are in this energy. I'm getting goddess energy here with this divine beauty, but some of you may have done literal mirror work as well, where you've really worked on changing your self-concept or your beliefs around yourself, but it could also be your appearance is what I'm hearing. Like if any of you had certain insecurities or doubts about your appearance, or I don't know, there could have been some lingering negativity about that. I feel like you've healed that. Or just I'm hearing any distorted self-perception, right? Whether this is about physical appearance, it could be about like innate skills and abilities. I just feel like you're seeing yourself in this beautiful high, I just had golden light, and it's like you're radiating this self-love, this goddess energy. Yeah, you could have had judgments about yourself that were really affecting you. I keep getting mirror work specifically. Like saying affirmations or working with subliminals to really reprogram and shift your mind, your subconscious, to recognize your beauty. But I just heard your individuality. So for some of you, you could be different to, or you could have certain abilities, or even your features may be quite like striking or unusual. You have something very distinct about you. And growing up or at an earlier stage in your life, this could have been perceived as a negative, or you didn't fit in, right? So it's like you had to rewrite the story of who you are and really shift your perception on how you feel about self. I don't know, I just feel for this group, you've mastered self-love. And I feel for this group as well, your ancestors are proud of you because that was a life lesson for you. Not only self-love, but really being in your power in terms of how you feel about self. Receiving, I feel for this group, you have this capacity to receive. But it's like, because you recognize the beauty in yourself, fully recognize that, you recognize the beauty in all others and things around you. So it's like you radiate this energy of beauty, of grace, of, again, I keep hearing flow state as well. Divine feminine energy is coming through really strong, and that's irrespective of gender. With the High Priestess as well, like you've learned to really trust yourself and trust your intuition. It's like the more you forged a bond with self, it's like other areas of your life have flourished or are starting to flourish. With Queen of Coins and King of Coins, I am getting this sense, again, of abundance. This self-worth and this self-love and this golden energy in your aura is going to attract a lot of abundance if it hasn't already, or there's just more, it's going to multiply. But I also feel like the feminine and masculine polarities within you have come into perfect harmony and balance. Yeah, your energy is really beautiful. again, I just keep hearing you bring beauty wherever you go. For some of you with divine beauty, you may have really stepped into your abilities as an artist, as you could be drawn to the spiritual arts as well, but there's something you do in the world that's incredibly beautiful. So you could also be drawn to either be an artist or work in an industry that's around beauty. Whether that's physical beauty, it could be helping people to love themselves, to see the beauty in themselves. And again, not just physically, on every level. I just feel like you have a very regal energy, and you may be drawn to like tigers, lions, like panthers. I'm seeing big cats. You almost have, like, in your energy field, when I think of, you know, the cats, I think of like regal, royal. There's just something very independent and graceful about you, the way you move through the world. We have Pisces energy here. We also have Earth, in particular Taurus energy. With Page of Coins and the Queen of Pentacles, your ancestors are proud of you as well, because I feel like you have the Midas touch. Like, you can turn anything to gold. You just have the capacity to bring a lot, again, of abundance. Wherever you go, whatever space you enter, life flourishes around you. People, you know, people warm up, I want to say, or they feel kind of like, I don't know how to explain this energy, like enclosed in this warmth. It's kind of like the Divine Mother, right? I'm getting like Mother Mary energy, Kuan Yin, like just gorgeous, but it's radiating from you because you've cultivated that energy toward yourself, right? You have such beautiful compassion for self. And I also feel like even if you're setting boundaries or communicating or walking away from someone, you do it in such a loving, beautiful way. It's like you could tell someone off, but it's like it's probably the most loving exchange they've had that day. Do you know? Like there's something about how you speak, how you move through the world, even how you dress, the things you wear or your attire. It's just very beautiful, very graceful, and it helps to bring beauty into this world. Your first oracle, Beyond Cycles, find and embrace yourself, new direction, releasing old patterns. I feel like, I know it says old patterns, but old patterns always stem from beliefs, right? So I feel like you've had to release, number one, a former version of yourself or a concept you had of yourself that I feel like could have been very much influenced by your formative years or like in school or some earlier time frame. You know, perhaps you kind of broke the mold, or the way you dress, the way you look, the way you carry yourself, your interests were not considered, you know, normal or conventional. But there is this energy here of you forming such a deep, it's almost like being your own best friend and having such a strong connection with yourself. That doesn't mean you don't, you know, desire connection with others, but it's like that really carries you and that energy radiates from you. And the other card you have is rising to Pleiadian frequencies. Part of why you may have been perceived as different is you are a starseed. Some of you I definitely feel, I don't know why sometimes I just drop cards, but some of you definitely have a Pleiadian background because it's also tying into this divine beauty. When I think of Pleiadian energy, I do think of creativity and beautifying yourself, the world, the things you're bringing into form. It could be through a business as well or a talent you have. But sacred bond, healing, clear space for higher energies. You've also really raised your frequency because of this inner work you've done. And that as well is what's bringing in a lot of blessings for you. Yeah, I feel like you've had to let go of a lot of projections or a lot of projections, but yeah, again, distortions, like how other people saw you or the things they would say. It's like, it was like spinning around in your mind, influencing how you perceived yourself. And now it's clear. You have lifting the veil, questioning everything, anything unaligned must go. And it's funny, you have lifting the veil above the High Priestess. So your ancestors are proud of you as well for your psychic ability and for seeing the truth about who you are, seeing your own beauty, your own grace. Really appreciating what you're here to do. I do think for this group, you may be kind of unconventional in many ways, right? In all ways, potentially. Or you have a path or something you create. Even like for some of you, say you have a creative gift or talent, whether that be artistry or writing. it's like the way you do it is very distinct, right? Like the type of content or the art you create, it doesn't look like anything anyone else has done. Like you're in a league of your own, but that's your beauty, right? And even when it comes to your appearance, you may have your appearance and also how you dress, your attire. It may kind of break the mold, or it may be unconventional, but it's like you really inspire people from that, because again, they can't replicate it. Your originality is your gift. That's what's going to bring so many blessings for you. And again, there's something here about this divine feminine energy. Like you radiate this regal, royal, feminine energy. Look, you're not for everyone. Embrace your weirdness, face your true north. Again, you may have had to let go of other people's projections or their energy or what they felt and thought about you so that you could fully step onto your path with face your true north. Yeah, you're not watering yourself down is what I'm hearing. You're not explaining yourself either. I feel like you've reached a point where, you know, with someone with Six of Swords, if you have to leave people behind or it's just not fulfilling for you, you'll speak your truth with grace and kindness and respect, but you will just walk away. You've really taken your power back. You've also understood that your life isn't affected by what other people think of you. Your life is affected only by what you hold in consciousness, what you think and believe. And that's changed the game for you, because now you're the master. I just said you're the master of your own ship. And I just saw an orb as I said that. Some of you are very psychic. Specifically, you may be clairvoyant or you are very visual. Look, you have gold and apple, and look at the crown. This so ties into everything we've said. Queen codes, her story, healing distortion above the Six of Swords. You may have had to walk away or cut off certain individuals or environments that were toxic to you or that were negatively impacting how you viewed yourself. Yeah, it's like you put that crown back on, and you've also realized the only person that can crown you is you and the divine, right? It comes from within. It doesn't come from society. It doesn't come from what people at school thought of you or your parents or, you know, whoever's around you. It's you reclaiming your own power and seeing your own divinity. The other card you have is Goddess Spiral. So again, we have Goddess and we have Queen. Rites of passage, dreams, support. Again, you may have prophetic dreams, downloads, visions that inspire you or guide you. Your ancestors may connect with you in the dream state as well. I heard dream state, but even like lucid dreaming, astral travel. For this group, you're very psychic, very clairvoyant. Like the way you see things is definitely not conventional. And that's why, like, if you apply yourself to any type of artistry or business endeavor, you're going to break the mold, because the way you see things or communicate things is so drastically different to how other people perceive it. And it's like so original. Or say, you know, you're designing something, you're designing a product. It's like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like outside the mold, but it's like kind of addictive because no one has seen it before. No one knows what to make of it. But with judgment and release here, I do feel like you've had to let go of a lot. I keep getting we have here willow tree, and then there's another tree depicted here. And didn't we also had a tree here. Yeah, look at the roots. It's like you have this level of stability within yourself. Your roots run deep. You're unshakable. And it's like now no one could have you question yourself, and your ancestors are proud of you for building yourself up from the inside out. Like you built internally, and the fruits and the rewards show externally. Again, I'm getting earthy energy. Some of you may literally be an earth sign, and especially a Taurus. And I think that ties into Pleiadian energies as well. But I'm just getting this sense of, and it doesn't have to be, but I'm just getting that energy of like really abundant divine feminine energy. And remember I was saying everything grows around you. It's like every room you enter, everything you touch, you just have that golden Midas touch where things flourish. You also have diligence, but can you see now, like, I'm seeing these clouds as potential turbulence, and it's like this bird is flying above that. You've ascended in your frequency where, especially with the Wheel of Fortune, it's like a brand new cycle where the turbulence, toxicity, negativity, it's like water off a duck's back. It doesn't even phase you. And for some of you, you may have had to deal with either gossip or drama or negativity, like put downs, projections, but you've mastered the art of how to sail above it and how to transmute it in your consciousness so that it doesn't even stop or slow you down. And when it comes to any type of success in the physical world, this skill is going to be one of your greatest assets, because the things that would trigger or affect other people, it just doesn't have that effect because you've already lived through it, you've experienced it, you've released those energies, right? And I feel like your ancestors are proud of you because you are so strong within yourself, but you're so strong in a loving way. Like, you haven't allowed any of this to harden you or to take on like almost like a wounded masculine energy of that defensiveness and, fighting. Like, your energy is so graceful. I heard smooth as silk. Like, you just glide. You have this glow about you, this aura, and your energy is so unbelievably magnetic and golden. It's like you just attract and draw in so much beauty. For some of you, I do feel you're artists or creatives, or there's something, the spiritual arts even, but I'm seeing like 333. So there's something beautiful that you can create. I just saw an orb of light as I said that. And for some of you, your ancestors are proud of you for staying in touch with your creativity and your gifts and talents and really following your dreams and your guidance. So that's all I have for you. I hope this reading resonates, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Hi, group 4. I'm hearing for this group, your ancestors are proud of you because you have chosen to follow your life purpose. You have chosen to follow your dreams and stay true to that path. For those of you, if you are struggling, with your journey, with your path, I'm hearing don't give up, because the 10 of Wands turns into the 10 of Pentacles. For this group, I feel like you may be building a legacy, or there's something huge you're here to create and do. And I don't say that to scare you, but there is a sense of you having a huge mission. And I feel for this group, you have remained true to that, or you are very much on that path, right? And with 10 of Pentacles and the Sun, I feel like for some of you, you're going to be very visible and very successful. With the Emperor, this could be a business you create, a project. It's definitely something that you have cultivated and carved out for yourself. This is something that, feels aligned for you. I feel like this group, you've really trusted your intuition and your guidance from spirit and your soul. You're also very strong. I'm getting like warrior energy, like heart-centered warrior. Yeah, I feel like I just heard as well, you've prepared for this lifetime for many lifetimes. And some of these ancestors have been, with you or along that journey in multiple incarnations, helping you prepare. Any challenges with the 5 of Cups and 10 of Wands, any challenges, any loss, setback, it's like designed to help cultivate you, to grow you into this Emperor energy. I'm hearing powerhouse. For this group as well, you're so aligned with your heart's desire, but your heart's path. And I feel like you have so much support from God, from the divine, from spirit. You can literally manifest miracles, or there will be miracles along your path if there haven't been. Like, there's that degree of faith. That's why your ancestors are so proud of you. Like, the level of faith you have in yourself, in spirit, in the divine is just out of this world. And you've been so faithful, I'm hearing, to spirit. I also feel for this group, again, I feel like some of you are building a legacy, or you could be creating or building like a business or writing something or sharing something that, affects generations to come. This is something that lives on. But in order to do that, right, we have to really cultivate. I just heard go through it, but I was meant to say cultivate self, but maybe go through it as well. Like many initiations, it takes huge expansion and advancements in your energy field to be able or ready for this level of mission. And again, for this group as well, you're very old souls. It's your heart that keeps, that's what I'm hearing. Your heart is a powerhouse, especially with this Jade here. I just get this sense like your heart can see you through anything. Your heart is very powerful. For some of you as well, like you may have had to, with the Lovers and the Sun, I'm hearing there could have been a choice point where you may have faced either pressure to walk a more conventional path or follow the crowd or go your own way. And I feel like for this group, you're very much on the road less traveled or the hero's journey. You're someone that's really forging up a new path. But I feel like other people are going to follow this path, like energetically. It's like you're setting up an energetic footpath or energetic footprints that other people can kind of follow suit, or you're going to lead. Like, it's making me think of the book by Paulo Coelho, The Alchemist. I can't remember how many copies it sold, but it's a ridiculous number, right? Huge amounts. And I think, how many people did that book inspire to follow their dreams, to believe in the universe? It's kind of like that, right? Like, you create something or you write something that then inspires, other generations to really live out their journey, their dharma. You're so inspiring, and there's something about your energy that just lights people up with the sun. You're very activating. And it's like, if you write something, if you create something, if you even walk through the supermarket, you help to activate people. Yeah, look at the crown chakra. It's like mind blown. Know who you are, DNA activation, awakening. I feel for this group, you've had to go through many awakenings, initiations. We have DNA activation, so upgrades. There's a lot of preparation spiritually that prepares you for the Ten of Pentacles. And again, some of you may be at different points on this journey. Some of you may have already gone through this. Some of you may still be in the midst of it, because I was hearing, like, don't give up, because that Ten of Wands is and will become the Ten of Pentacles. So there is that sense of keeping the faith and keep moving ahead, keep following your guidance, because I just heard God speaks to you through the heart space. For this group as well, I feel like you are very old souls, and you could, I don't like to say, it will vary, but for some of you, this could be like a final incarnation or one of your final incarnations. So there's this really strong energy of sharing your wisdom or sharing your message, sharing your voice. I do feel as a soul, you're winding down, right? You've reached a level of enlightenment or awakening that you can now share with the collective. And for some of you as well, your highest path is an enlightenment with awakening in the sun, complete enlightenment. And then you may share, your wisdom, you may write something, or you may share this spiritual knowledge with others as well. But for others of you, this could be like a business. It doesn't have to be in the area necessarily of spirituality or personal growth. This could be a business or an idea or a product that changes how people live, but it's very impactful. The other card you have, Rainbow Child. Unstoppable, new earth builder, multi-talented, miraculous alchemy. Exactly. It's just your energy field. Your force field is and will keep becoming so potent and powerful and activating. I swear, every week it's group 4. Like, I'm just like, what is this energy? I feel like there's sages or very old souls or ascended masters that watch group 4. But there's this sense that your energy is so potent that it can create miracles. And we can all create miracles, but there's a level of alignment that's necessary to do that. And you also have 10-10. I feel like you've closed out like multiple karmic cycles. Yeah, you also, this ties into the message around, like, you could resonate with being an old soul, or your soul's kind of winding down. There's a sense here as well that you may have wanted to wipe all karma clear. Like, that karmic board is clean or clear after this lifetime. So you could have faced with the 5 of Cups certain karmic challenges that really put you through your paces. But I'm also hearing these karmic challenges were preparation, because part of, you stepping into this energy, especially with the Emperor, that powerful energy, how do you know your own strength, and how do you cultivate your power without any challenges? If the road was smooth and easy all the time, you wouldn't have cultivated it. So Spirit's making me feel like that was all part of the plan, although it could have been painful or difficult. And I feel like your ancestors are kind of with you, or they have been with you, and they've seen you overcome, I want to say, suffering, right? Suffering in different areas of your life, different challenges that caused a level of suffering. But I feel like Spirit was with you through it all. We also have We the Hathors, deep love, mother's milk, birth as a portal. I feel like your energy is like opens portals, right? Like, you open up portals of consciousness that other people normally can't access. But with deep love as well, I feel like your energy is really loving. It's your energy is loving in an activating way. Like you may, do you know when we encounter a very high frequency, it's making me think of the Tower card, right? The Tower falls because the frequency we're in now doesn't match those old structures or energies. So you may activate people where you might, like a lightning bolt, right? Where it's not, like, metaphorically, it kind of shocks them awake, or it's like it creates huge changes, and it could look a little messy in the physical because things are shifting or falling away, or they're walking away from a connection or job or whatever's going on, but it actually is helping to align them. And it's because they've come into contact with someone of your frequency. Child of the cosmos, the intelligence of the universe lies within you. Look at the illumination around your heart. Your heart chakra is the portal, and the 10 of Pentacles. When you're in this vibration, you can't help but attract abundance, right? Like you just magnetize everything to you. But you may have mixed reactions to you. Some people may be a little bit scared of your spiritual intensity, right? Because your energy is very potent. And again, I feel like people or situations, they can't be unchanged from meeting you. And if someone is not really open or willing to change, this could be a little bit scary or disconcerting, or they may almost like run away from you or just try to avoid you because that energy is so potent. But again, that's not your problem. I feel like that's a big part of what you're here to do, is activate people. And I feel like you're going to activate people or open their minds on a very large scale through something you build, write, create. Like there's something you do in the physical that has a really powerful effect. Yeah. Look, you have past life healing, letting go of anger, forgiveness, sitting above the 5 of Cups. So you could have had situations in this life that were very much karmic. And you had to work through the grief, the suffering. For some of you, you can actually remember your past lives, or you may have support from spirit when it comes to accessing past life memories to understand why something is playing out and how you need to move or react in order to shift the timeline. But with this group, your energy is so expansive. It's like, I don't know how to explain it. It's almost like not even psychic ability, because you're just so you are the universe, right? It's like being that level of consciousness, or almost at that level of consciousness where you are source, you are everything. So it's like you can just flow with it and everything comes to you, or the understanding comes to you. Again, with past life healing, I feel like you've cleared your karma. You've cleared past life cycles, patterns, but there could have been phases in your life, like earlier on, where you did face a lot of karmic challenges, setbacks. There could have been karmic blocks around, whether it be finances, relationships. I just feel like that you've encountered a lot of karmic patterns so that you could clear it completely. The other card you have is Cosmic Downloads, higher heart healing, see the bigger picture. You operate from such a high level. And again, you don't operate just from the heart chakra, you operate from the higher heart chakra. But it's like you can see the bigger plan of what you need to do and where you're going. And I'm also getting this energy of like scaling the mountain. The mountain for me can represent enlightenment, but it's also your dharma, right? Especially with this card, Life Path. There is this sense of you having a very strong sense of purpose, dharma, and you really forging ahead and following that path. I feel like you're meant to create or build something big, and it has a huge ripple effect. And again, for some of you, it's a business. It could be like, for some of you, it could even be, I'm getting areas like spirituality, obviously, awakening, personal growth, things around like, forging your own path, the hero's journey. It could be something around sustainability, like nutrition, sustainability, housing, equality, like the humanitarian energies are coming through strong as well. You have solitude with 2 of Wands. Yeah, you've had to let go of an awful lot. And I feel like maybe not many people could come on this journey with you, or because you've been through so many karmic cycles and patterns, you may have had to let go of certain people that weren't in alignment with your frequency. And it's like your ancestors are so proud of you because you kept going, and they're saying like you really, I just keep hearing, do not give up on your path, because you have the potential. Number one, your life purpose is very important for humanity, for the collective, and we're all important, in that regard. But I feel like for some of you, you specifically incarnated to create something, to shift, turn the tides of consciousness of humanity. And even if at times with solitude, you feel alone or it's tiring or you're exhausted, they're saying just keep going, because the way things are going to flourish, the way your life is going to bloom, or the effect this business or book or project, whatever you're working on has, is going to blow your mind. Like, you're not going to expect, even if you think, oh yeah, I'm successful or I'm going to be successful, I'm hearing you have no clue like the ripple effect or how this is going to affect humanity. We have 1331 on the timer as well. Yeah, like it changes the course for a lot of people in a beautiful way. And look at your last card, you literally have miracles, and we have miraculous alchemy here as well. And I already mentioned you can create miracles, but that's what I'm getting. It's like your energy is just so potent, and you may have had to spend a lot of time in solitude to cultivate this energy. Also, your energy is so potent for those who are not spiritually awakened or are not familiar with this energy. Again, it could frighten them a little bit. It could be a little, not that that's your problem, and I'm not, keep being you, keep walking your own path. The right people will find you, especially if right now you are in this energy of solitude, or you're feeling like, when is my tribe coming? Or am I going to meet people that get me and that can, handle and show up on this frequency? Yes, you will, but it's like, be patient, because there's stretches in your life where you do need to be alone to really awaken, to ascend, to go through spiritual upgrades, energetic shifts, to really cultivate your connection with the divine. Because again, your life, I just saw 1441 on the timer. Your life purpose is extraordinarily important. And I feel like your ancestors, your spirit team, the ascended masters are all helping to support you, and it's almost like cheerleaders. They're cheering you like to keep going, because you're definitely on the right path. So that's all I have for you. I hope this reading resonates, and I hope you have a beautiful day.